welcome to today's video. My name is Idorinokum from the University of Ibadan. In today's video, we are going to be looking at descriptive statistics using STATA and the interpretation. So we are going to conduct descriptive statistics and we look at how we can interpret it using STATA. So in terms of our course outline, it is expected that at the end of this video, we should be able to understand what descriptive statistics entails. We'll also look at the importance of descriptive statistics, look at the element of a descriptive statistics, and then, of course, we are going to look at how to carry out descriptive statistics in STATA. So in terms of understanding descriptive statistics, let's note that descriptive statistics is simply describing your data in terms of some certain statistics that you want. That is just the basic definition of descriptive statistics. It's just for you to understand your data based on some selected statistics according to what the researcher or the person or the analyst wants. That is it. So descriptive statistics helps us summarize and simplify large amount of data. It is all about exploring patterns in data rather than making prediction. So just a kind of emphasis. For descriptive statistics, you don't make prediction. The aim of descriptive statistics is not for you to predict. There's nothing like causal effect or a relationship in descriptive statistics. You are just describing your data. That is descriptive statistics. So it's not about prediction. Okay, so think of it as the way to get the big future from a sea of numbers. So you want to see the properties of your data. That is the basic function of descriptive statistics. You want to see the properties of your data according to some selected statistics. Why do we need descriptive statistics? Why do we need to use descriptive statistics? It will help us to, it will enable clear communication. That is, it makes complex data easier to digest. So you're able to, because of through descriptive statistics, you're able to break down overwhelming observation. You're able to look at it in terms of specific data, specific statistics. Okay. So it will help you to understand the trends about your data. It will give you a quick insight into your data patterns. That is the pattern of your data. It will prepare for deeper analysis. It is always the first step before you have advanced methods of analysis in relation to your data. So for descriptive statistics now, because we are analyzing the properties, we are describing the properties of our data according to some certain statistics, it will help us to understand the type of advanced method to use. Descriptive statistics is often categorized as a pre-regression technique. Pre-regression in the sense that you have to conduct it first so that you'll be able to bring out the basic elements and understand the basic patterns that are inherent in your data or observation, as the case may be. Key element of a descriptive statistics. The key element of a descriptive statistics are often divided into three parts. So we have the central tendency. This one will tell you what is typical about the data set. That is what is unique about the data set. You also have variability. How spread out are the data points. You also look at the shape of distribution. Is the data skewed or symmetrical? These are the three aspects or key element of a descriptive statistics. Now, in terms of central tendency, this one includes the mean. That is, the mean is now talking about the average of the data. Now, it is expected that when your mean is large or extreme, the higher your mean, the more it indicates trouble, it spells trouble, and it will kind of make you to understand better about your data. And then of course you also have the median. The median here is just talking about the middle number. It is useful because through the median you're able to predict outlier. You're able to know the outliers that are in your data. Then the mode, which is the most frequent value. We also have variability. Variability is understanding the spread. Okay, so this one includes the range. We also have variance and standard deviation. The range is just the difference between the highest and the lowest values. So you know, in your data, your observation, let's say period of time, let's say 2010 to 20, let's say 2010 to 2020. Okay, between that period, what is the highest, what is the lowest? So the range is just the difference between the two during the period under study. We also have variance and standard deviation. The variance and standard deviation will show you how much data point differ from the average. So the standard deviation is how far is the data or the observation from the mean. Okay. Next, we have the shape of distribution. This one is just talking about the skewness and the kurtosis. So having understood the background information about descriptive statistics, let's see how we can conduct descriptive statistics in STATA. So the first thing we do here is to look at our data set. This is my data set. It is a panel data set that contains about 16 companies from the period 2012 to 2021, and then across two sectors, X and Y. So this is my data in spreadsheet. I have Tobin Q here. I have market capitalization. I have earnings per share. I have return on asset. I have equity to total asset. I have long-term debt to total asset. I have short-term debt to total asset. I have total debt to asset. I have short-term debt to equity, long-term debt to equity, debt to equity. So this, of course, is my data set, and I want to load this data set into STATA. This is my STATA. This is my STATA window. Now, the STATA is divided into three parts. In case you're not seeing exactly my window, normally this is what you are going to have when you open STATA. This is what you're going to have when you open STATA. Let me set it. Normally, when you open STATA, you're going to have your screen divided into three. You have the history or review of the command window. You have the result window. You have the variable window, and then of course you have the properties of the variables window down here. Now, anytime you have a result, it will come up in this window. The whole of this space. And anytime you load your variable into STATA, you're going to see it up here. And then if you want to understand the properties of the variable in terms of the name and the label, the type of the variable, you're going to also have it here and here. Then any command you give here, this is your command window. Down here is your command window. Okay, but first let me mention that there are two ways you can operate STATA. You have the manual approach or you have the command approach. The manual approach is, you have a built-in commands, built-in functions of what you want to do, while the command approach is giving STATA the direct command for you to be able to get the result. So those are the two main ways of operating STATA. So now here anytime if you want to use the command approach, it means that you're going to type your command here. For example, if I type sum, it will appear here. This is where you type. Okay, then if you want to use the function approach, that is the inbuilt approach, you can just click here and you see a whole lot of statistics here, a whole lot of functions here. You can pick the one you want. So whatever you are typing here in terms of the command, whatever you are doing here will appear here in the command review section as history. So this window here keeps track of what you have done. Keep track of what you have done. Okay, now here you have the menu, the menu bar. This is the menu bar. You have the file menu, you have the edit menu, you have the data menu, graphics menu, statistics menu, user menu, window menu, help menu. Now, most often than not, you're going to be using these three menus. You have the data menu, graphics menu, and then the statistics menu. These are the three menus you're going to be making use of. Now, the data menu will allow me to call up my data set into STATA. And there are two ways I can do that. It's either I use the data editor, or you have data editor edit and data editor browse. Supposing I have finished formatting my data to a form that is usable, and I don't want to do anything to the data again, then the right one to use will be data editor browse. However, supposing I still want to try to edit my data even after loading it into STATA, then I can use data editor edit. Okay, so also STATA is just an analytical software, just like eViews, just like SPSS. So STATA will help you to analyze your data, be it cross-sectional data, that is the primary data and all of that, be it panel data, be it time series data. STATA can help you to conduct your analysis clean. So it's just one of the software that is out there that can be used for data analysis. So from this point, I would load my data. To do that, I click on data menu. I click on data editor sub menu. I love to use the data editor edit because it will allow me to make any adjustment to my data. So I click on data editor edit. A dialog box will come in. Remember, I have already copied I will come back to my spreadsheet. I copy my data. I go back to the window and I click on the paste special. Here, another dialog box will come in. Now, if you observe, this first row is supposed to be variable names, just like you have here. Just like you have in the spreadsheet where the first row was treated as variable name. But when you come to STATA, you also have to set that. You also have to ensure that STATA understands that you want to keep the first row as a variable name. So how do you do that? You tick this box, ensure that this box is ticked. Treat first row as variable name. So it will treat this first row here as a variable name. Instead of saying var1, var2, var3 and all of this, it's going to treat it as your variable name. So I tick that and I click OK, and there you have my data. Now you see, you can take a look. The first row is now my variable name, and then you have a whole lot of other observation. Now most times when you paste your data, you may see some of them being highlighted red. This red means it is a string variable. A string variable is a variable that has letters in it. Okay, it's not numerical. Others are numerical, the years are numerical, the cross-sectional IDs, they are numerical, then the variable themselves, they are also numerical, apart from the sector. So our sector, they are divided into two. You have X and Y, and they are in letters. That is why they are highlighted red. But it has no bearing on our work anyway. Okay, so now that we have loaded our Now that we have loaded our data into STATA, let's see how we can conduct descriptive statistics in STATA. So to conduct descriptive statistics, there are two main types. You can either you may want to conduct your descriptive statistics on the overall, or you want to look at it in terms of the sectors. You can even look at year by year descriptive statistics. That is, what was the mean of a particular variable for this year? Did it change compared to another year? You can look at a whole lot. So when it comes to descriptive statistics, a whole lot is possible. So the option of choosing, or the option depends on what the analyst wants. So in this video, I'm going to show you the different patterns or the different ways you can conduct your descriptive statistics, and how you can export it to a Word document, and it will be formatted nicely. So to conduct our descriptive statistics, we click on statistics, we go to summaries and table. Now if you want to look at it in terms of the overall, you click on summary and descriptive statistics, you click on summary statistics, and you tick your variable. Tobin Q will be there, market cap, earnings per share, return on asset, equity to total asset, long-term debt to total asset, short-term debt to total assets. We have total debt to asset, we have short-term debt to equity, long-term debt to equity. We also have total debt to equity. Okay, so that's just basically it, just to load your variables, and then you click OK. So this is my result. This is my result. This is the mean, this is the standard deviation, this is the minimum, this is the maximum. This is just on the average during the period under study. Okay, this is my observation. So I have 16 companies across 10 years. So my observation is going to be 160. Okay, this is my maximum, this is my mean, and this is my standard deviation. This is the minimum for Tobin Q. Okay, we see all of those things. So these are the statistics. The mean, standard deviation, minimum, maximum, these are the statistics. Okay, and these are the variables. So from here we can tell a whole lot about our data. Now supposing I want to look at descriptive statistics across different years, what I can do, this one means that I have to group my variables over a period of time. So I go to statistics, I click summaries, come to other tables, you come to compact table of summary statistics, you click on it, a box will come up, you load your variables just like you did the other time. All of your variables, and that's fine. Now group, you want to group by the group statistics by variable. Means, do you want to look at your variables in terms of, do you want to describe your data in terms of the years, in terms of the sectors, in terms of the companies? So the grouping is simply the variable in which you want to describe your data around, the variable where you want to describe your data around. So in this case, I want to see my variables across the period of study. So I'm going to group by years. So I click on years. Now what are the statistics I want to display? I'll click on the mean, of course. I want to see the standard deviation. I want to see the minimum. I like to see the maximum. I like to see the let me say the median. You can add a whole lot of what you want to see, but I am basically okay with this. So I click OK. This is our descriptive statistics. This is our descriptive statistics across the period of study. So we have 2012. This is what we have. 2013, 2014, 2015, 2016, 2017, 2018, up to 2021. That is our descriptive statistics of the variables across the years of study. So supposing I want to describe my data in terms of the sectors, what are the descriptive statistics of the variable across the different sectors? What I can do, I come to statistics again, I click on summaries, I click on other tables, I click on compact table of summary statistics. I now, instead of grouping by years, what I can do, I group by the sector and I click OK. So this is a sector. I told you we have two sectors, so X and Y. So you can now see the descriptive statistics for the two sectors. So you see that for sector X, on the average, Tobin Q was 2.18. For sector Y, on the average, Tobin Q was 1.46. So you can do a comparative of the two sectors in terms of descriptive statistics. So that is it on how you can do descriptive statistics using STATA in terms of using the normal, the functional pattern. I told you there are two approaches, the functional pattern and the command pattern. Now supposing I want to use the command pattern, all I can do, I type the command. The command for descriptive statistics is sum or summarize. Sum or summarize. Then you put your variable, you drop your variable. You can call up your variables here. I drop the Tobin Q, I drop market capitalization, I drop earnings per share, I drop all those variables in my data set. I drop all of them. When you do that, you click enter, you obtain the same result that you did when you use the functional approach. Okay, so that is how to use the command approach. So, ladies and gentlemen, that is it. I believe that now you understand what descriptive statistics is all about, and you are able to conduct descriptive statistics using STATA. If you have any questions for me concerning this video, please, you can drop them at the comment section. If you learn a thing or two about this video, you can share, you can like. Thank you very much.